let's get started here. I've got some things to share with you, some updates that I'm pretty excited about. And one is that my chamber is putting on in Lafayette an ongoing series of networking events. And this is a really good opportunity for creating a opportunity for checking in and reaching out.
Are these in
Because
person?
I'm sorry?
In person?
No, actually, online and in follow-up. So here's what I'd like to do today, because this is a watch party, and we're going to look at the ad that you were able to place in Cupertino on, and we're going to kind of be developing that. But I'm reaching out today to my friend Alkan Balkaya of Mail Softly, and he's in San Ramon, so we're all in, in the East Bay and Northern California. And I want to set up an in-person meeting because I really want to get more connected with him because to me the easiest thing in the world to do that has the most traction and the greatest odds of achieving short-term cash flow and success is to use the business networking directories and mail softly to reach out, but also to follow up because all of the top gurus, let's face it, all the top companies, anybody who's successful uses email marketing for, checking in and following up. And, it's all about your subject, your story, and your offer. So, one of the big things that I've learned, Ron, is when it really comes down to checking in and following up. That's really true for anything and everybody. It's checking in with the universe, with friends, family. It all comes down to those five words and those two things. Checking in, that's one thing, and following up.
Yeah.
Those two things and those five words will get you anything that you want and take you anywhere you want to go if you do them in a intelligent, routine, disciplined way. Now, to prove that point, what I've learned is that it's also true with Chat GPT networking. So that's what I want to share and talk about today is checking in daily with anything and everything that you learn or that you think about or that you're wondering about or that you're challenged by to check in with Chat GPT. And I've created a video. I just finished it not 5 minutes ago. So I'd like to share that. And I'd like to then get your comments and then we'll kind of talk about it of how we can use it for everything that we're doing with um, Patch, with Mail Softly, with checking in, following up, everything. So let me share this video. I'm looking for the button that you're supposed to be able to use to um, fine tune the audio or really, let me see if I can find the video. Here it is. And I'll test it. Let's see. I don't see the button to optimize the audio. So we'll see if it well. So first I'll give it a little shot and you can tell me how well you can hear it. Do you see the video?
Yes.
Okay. So as you can see, the title here is Business Networking AI Riches by checking in and following up. So that's the topic of today. I'm going to start it and see how the audio level is. Hello again, successful business networkers and those who want to be. And welcome to our launch of 2025, all about checking in and following up with Chat GPT networking. Is that okay now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Everything really comes down to those five words, and that's really what I want to explain today about the way to use automation to generate content so you can check in and follow up if it's through advertising, if it's through networking, if it's through email marketing, if it's through YouTube, whatever avenue to the marketplace you want to check in and follow up. That's the bottom line if you want to be successful. I believe those 5 words, and I'll explain why, will get you anything that you want to have in your life and take you anywhere you want to go with a system about 2 things: checking in and following up. And you want to check in with ChatGPT to fine tune your message, your story. The main thing is the hook. And if you don't have the right hook to grab attention, you got a problem. If you do have the right hook, then even a classified ad or the subject line in an email will grab their attention. Then you have to tell your story. And that's why checking in daily with both ChatGPT and your fellow business networkers or course creators, whoever you need to stay in contact with, that's really what it comes down to. And I believe there are 2 best ways to do that. One is with business directories. They're often free, and you have unlimited leads, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And secondarily, if you follow the lead of all of the top gurus, even if you're working locally, it is email marketing. All of the most successful companies and people in the world use email marketing. And one of the people I want to help you check in with is all about mail softly. And Alkin Balkaya is located near me in the East Bay of Northern California. And I want to reach out to Alkin and teach you about mail softly and how you can, reach out through however you want to reach out. But I want to show you all about checking in and reaching out with ChatGPT and with human beings. Okay. So I already reached out to ChatGPT, and I want to show you how I reached out and the response that I got. And I think the response that I got will be really helpful to show you the importance of checking in with ChatGPT. I also want to show you storytelling, content creation, automation, because this is part of AI. That's why I focus on business networking AI, and I believe ChatGPT, it's a free account. It's really a great way to go. And of all the ones I've tried, I find it to be the most selfless and helpful in getting the feedback that I really want to help me to communicate the best way to use the process of checking in and following up and the humanity of that. It's not about the technology. It's about your heart, your passion. What do you love? What do you love doing? What do you love sharing? How do you love helping people? That really is what it's all about, and that's what I want to share with you today, because we have a business networking event coming up in my local Chamber of Commerce, and I have attended very extensive training about business networking, and I've been doing this for years and years and years. I really want to focus on what I call nearly perfect networking that can be done with AI to solve even serious global challenges, from world hunger to world learning and education, and really solving these global challenges by networking locally, but thinking and learning globally. I want to quickly share with you a wow factor, an eye-catching example of what you can do with AI and ChatGPT and the prompts that you get out. So I went to ChatGPT, I put in my questions, and I got some great responses about business networking AI and checking in and following up and how to go about it. So I want to show you how you can create instant communications with AI, and that it just makes common sense to evolve into using AI, because your competitors are going to do it. Now, all I have to do is go to my favorite course creation automation system called Gamma and create new. Now I can create different things and I can go about it in different ways, but I just want to focus today on checking in and following up. So I'm going to create a story, and I'm going to create a website. I can customize this, and there's 2 ways to learn: shock and repetition. So I've gone through this a number of times, but it's a very, very good way to learn, and I think it's going to help you a lot. So first, we're going to create the outline. I'm going to take what I prompted into ChatGPT, and I'm going to paste in the output right here. And now I'm going to let ChatGPT help me communicate to you the power of checking in and following up, and answer the question, what is business networking AI? So it's taken in the prompt. Now I'm going to show you how it will create a course outline, a story outline. It could be your AI love story about what you love doing, about your community, about your town, about your job, about the solutions that you can provide people. But we want to keep the heart of business inside of business and not make it just about the technologies. Here we go. I'm going to create the outline for the course. And there it is. So this is done in what I call an AI second. I can customize it in multiple ways. I can make it brief, medium, detailed. I can use different AI bots to create different graphics. I'm using Dolly, and now I'm going to continue, and it's going to help me tell the story as I'm demonstrating story automation with AI. So over here, I'm going to customize it to keep it simple. And what I'm going to do is create a system, because everybody wants to elevate your business. So I call it creating a virtual high-rise building so that you can learn story by story, rising up all the way to the penthouse of our virtual high-rise. But I want to show you right before your eyes why it's important to transition to AI storytelling automation so that you can check in and follow up, and not only with people, but get feedback, and then check in and follow up with ChatGPT again based upon the feedback, either positive or negative. And this process is what will take you to success that you are really seeking in your business networking activities. So that's the mastermind that I put together about pre-networking to maybe set up greeting meetings even before the networking event. And the Chamber of Commerce, my Chamber of Commerce, is putting on a series of networking events. But I've been putting on networking events for years, and I know most people don't follow up, and I want to help people to follow up, and I want to help people become successful. That's what I love doing, and using money-making media and storytelling to be able to do it. So that's what we're talking about here. But take a look at the wow factor, and this will show you what your competitors will soon be doing if they're not already doing it, and why you should be looking at getting on this train, really, of artificial intelligence that has become so dominant already, and keeping the humanity, the heart, the passion, the love for humanity into your networking events, but using AI as a tool. So let's take a look at how fast you can create a story using AI automation. All right, there you have it. Now let's look at what happened when I checked in with ChatGPT and show you what it's all about with business networking. So this is the high-rise building over here. We're going to go up story by story. We're going to use the storytelling to create this video that I will post on YouTube and inside of this storytelling. So let's start right here. It's about the conclusion of embracing balanced approach to networking. The next floor up, the next story it's about translating online connections to offline relationships at business networking. And it's about, humanity, and it's checking in. Who do you check in with? You check in with your friends and family. Well, that's why you need to check in and follow up in business networking before a networking event and after the networking event. It's about maintaining authenticity in a digital first world. That's just the reality in which we live. So how do we keep our heart and our humanity in this new world of AI? It's about the power of vulnerability and emotional intelligence, showing where your heart is and sharing it with other people. They're human. They have strengths and they have opportunities that they want to share as well. It's about building trust and rapport through active listening. We're going to go through these quickly because it's about the art of meaningful conversations. And how much more meaningful can your conversations be at networking events when you've reached out before an event and talked about, hey, let's meet up at the event. And then you can look for that person and mention that you have checked in with them and you're going to follow up after the event. It's about leveraging technology to enhance, not replace, human interactions. So don't have that fear. It's about cultivating genuine rapport through personalized outreach. It's about the importance of checking in and following up, and that's explained in this story. It's about the limits of AI in authentic relationship building, the strengths and the limits. It's about what is business networking AI, why should you want to evolve into it? And it's about the power of human connections in the age of business networking AI. But wait, there is more. It's about directory response marketing, and it's about checking in and following up with email. That is the most grounded approach, the most sure footed approach, the most sustainable path to success that I found in my 40 years of doing this, of storytelling. So now let me show you the next step we can do with storytelling automation on the app that I like to use called Gamma. And now it's already created a website that I can share in networking events and on our Friday morning meetings to check in and follow up even before networking events, to follow up at the networking events and then after the networking events. So here's the website. It's already done. I've already created a YouTube video this morning, Friday, January 17th, 2025. And now I'm going to post that on YouTube complete with the more option underneath the YouTube video that will show you links to our free AI Super Campus, where you can learn more about checking in and following up before, during, and after business networking events. So I hope you'll keep the conversation. I hope we can meet up at the networking events that I go to online. But I want to make this both local, national, and even global, because it's all about humanity. And now that we're in the age of AI, we have the ability to think bigger and grow richer with AI. So I hope you will keep the conversation going. I'm using my for-profit business called ETV Global Media with hyper-local news and about getting free publicity and free advertising to to promote your events and to promote your business. And we also have watch parties so that we can share the content and really use social media in the best way possible, in the most meaningful way possible, and help our community. So I hope you'll keep the conversation going and check in with ETV Global Media. And then please share this and super share what you would like to get out of AI. Maybe it's overcoming a fear, maybe it's better understanding it. But if you go to etvglobalmedia.com, you'll find our quick questionnaire so you can super share what you want to get from AI, and then I can super serve you by providing answers from the free AI Super Campus and even point out course creation and where I post the AI Super Campus on Patch News Media, on The Great Discovery, on YouTube. There's so many different ways to help people with super sharing. So it's all about, don't forget, it's about checking in and following up. The 5 words, if you do those, that will get you anything that you want to have in your life and take you anywhere you want to go if you learn how to use them properly. So let's keep the conversation going. Click on the links below this YouTube video, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks. I'm Mike Hayes. That's it. So now it's all about, folks, if you're watching this, Ron and I, and you're sharing this video, you can still, this will be on YouTube. You can still click right below this video, not only the one that I just created. So I'm going to stop sharing now and get my friend Ron's feedback, because I really think, Ron, that checking in daily with, and you can share anything with Chat GPT. It's amazing. And it is the most transparent one of all the ones that I've been testing. It doesn't get in the way. It doesn't try and, steer me this way or that way. It really gives me what I consider the most transparent help that I can ask for what I'm really looking for. Gives me great advice. And then even if I just get a text for the directory response and email marketing, it's ideal. So I'm reaching out to Alkan Balkaya, the creator of Mail Softly, today, and I really think that is the crosshairs of success in the future with AI, is checking in and reaching out, before and attending whatever networking event, online or offline. But if you know the people that are going to be attending, and for example, with my Chamber of Commerce, since they're putting on the event, of course, I want to go on to the Chamber of Commerce business directory to go, hey, are you going to the event? checking in. If you are, let's connect on Friday and come to our mastermind meeting about checking in and following up. Join Ron and I here on Fridays, and we'll share a mastermind so that on February 19th, because it's every third Wednesday. So on February 19th, when the chamber event is, we have plenty of time to connect, to get together, to share, to use Chat GPT, to teach and learn, and have them share their strategy for successful business networking. So that basically is kind of the overview, Ron, that I've come up with. It's the most sure-footed, the most stable, the most help you can possibly get. Because to get the help from AI and just bare your soul, you know what I mean? I'm frustrated, whatever. What do I need to do or what do I need to say? Then you get feedback. So you test, you observe, and then you go back to Chat GPT. Hey, this headline didn't work. I could improve it in my emailing. What about this? What about that? And to have this board of advisors, and you can go to Claude and Perplexity and Copilot if you feel like you need to until you get the right answers. But with this approach, my feeling is you really can't fail unless you fail to learn or quit. Because you'll learn how to position your offer, your subject, your story, your headline. It's just a process. And if you apply it over and over and over, it just keeps getting better and better and better. And that's what AI is great at, is fine tuning. So that's what I'm excited about, Ron, is knowing that I have all the help I need from the universe and from Chat GPT to, fine tune this and help an awful lot of people do develop nearly perfect networking.
Great. Thank you, Mike. So I have a, comment about ChatGPT, which I use daily, and you saved me a lot of time to not really explore any other AI platforms. But I have a question. I'm not quite clear on what you mean by checking in with ChatGPT daily.
Right. What I realized is those 5 words of checking in and following up, that I learned is true of across the board. So I used to think of it as only checking in with people or checking in with business networkers. Okay. And so I would focus on checking in and following up with people. But then I realized from this practice that why not also check in with ChatGPT every day? So, because my life is not stagnant, it's dynamic. So things change, things evolve. So every day when I'm getting ready to check in and follow up with people, I first go to ChatGPT and check in with ChatGPT. For example, as I put in, I want to share with people the importance of checking in and following up. And I want to explain it better. And so ChatGPT helped me explain it. Then I created the video in Gamma with the feedback from me checking in with ChatGPT.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I checked in, I got a new approach, fine tune it. Then I use content automation. But with Mail Softly, if you just want to use the feedback that you get from ChatGPT, why not? Keep it as simple as possible. If you don't want to create a video, don't create a video.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Now you've got your ad. Do you have your ad in Cupertino available to can you put the link in and we'll share that?
Sure. Let me see. Let me find it here.
Okay. But now did that answer your question?
Yes, actually, I've been doing that um, daily myself.
But I
Uh,
think it's important to really understand exactly what you're doing and yourself, that it's always about that one thing. Now, you're checking in with people by placing an ad in patch media. That's checking in with people in Cupertino, right?
Yes.
Then you can use that ad by to check in with the members of the Chamber of Commerce in Cupertino, or if the Cupertino has its own business directory, you can check in with them with your patch ad and go,
Oh, I see.
hey, are you going to this networking event, or do you do networking, or do you go to networking events? You check in and then share that patch ad with them in email, share it in mail softly to reach out. But think about if you don't have a mailing list. So we're talking about mail softly, but you don't have a mailing list. I don't have a mailing list, Mike. So what good is that? That's the beauty of business networking directory. You don't need a mailing list. It's tailor made for you.
Right, right.
So you just reach out through the business directory. And then as people say, wow, this sounds great, Ron, I want to connect. Now you add them to your mail softly mailing list. Now you're building your list.
That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, it really does. These are the most down to earth, step by step, grounded approaches. Because one thing I came up with yesterday is, do you want to become rich or famous? Pick one. So if you want to become famous, then just go out and do what everybody else does on YouTube and everything else. But if you want to become rich, take the path less traveled. You know what I mean? Don't go where everybody else is.
Oh,
Network in
right,
your
right.
own unique way. It's a lot easier, honestly, to try and become rich without focusing on trying to become famous at the same time, because you're doing too many things. Just focus on the nuts and bolts. Don't worry about becoming famous. Be happy with, and nothing's stopping you from becoming famous at the same time if it happens and your story is great. But concentrate on the financial freedom and happiness and fulfillment of checking in and following up. And you really can't go wrong that way. You get a reality check. And I would say that's a good way to approach why do you check in with Chat GPT? Sometimes you have to give yourself a reality check. What is the universe telling you? Is your offer being misunderstood? Do people don't get you? And so you want to tell your love story and show your passion about how much you love Cupertino, how much you love FinFit Life, how much you love helping people stay healthy and get, paid for doing it. Those are things that
Exactly.
you want to refresh every day and get that new energy. In some ways, I take an energy shot every morning. It's like 5 hour energy. Well, think of that checking in with Chat GPT as like an energy boost for you every day. What should I do today, Chat GPT? What specific thing should I do today to check in and reach out to people?
That's a great tip. That's a great tip.
And then use that as your energy boost, your focus, and the output. So you take the actual output and you share with people, look, we're all interested in networking. Let's get together, and I'd love to help you not only your physical health with FinFit Life, but your business health and your networking health. So let's get together and swap strategies and stories and how we can help each other. There's so many benefits to doing that, referrals and sharing your story. So if I want to give Ron a referral, when I know his heartfelt story, it's so much easier to remember and connect with him. I think of these pitch fests. Oh, come, we're gonna have this pitch fest. I'm going, that's like going to somebody throwing hard balls at you and you're ducking and you're dodging. That's not building a relationship. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right. In fact, I saw an ad for a networking event. It was exactly that. Hey, come, prepare your 20-second pitch.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
oh my gosh.
That's like a Gatling gun or machine gun.
Well, you're one of many people, right? And so
Exactly.
it doesn't sink in. But quick question. Um, let's see. Oh, I know. Okay. Um, does ChatGPT remember every question I asked of it going backwards?
I'm learning more and more, and it's all everything changes all the time. But what I'm learning is that ChatGPT is remembering more and more and more about my history as we go along. And I know from my research that the AI companies are focusing on memory in your bot. Now, you can go to any of the other bots, and there's a lot of them, offsprings from ChatGPT, but that is the original source
Right.
spring. And to me, they've got tons of money, tons of research, tons of backing, tons of experience. And if you want to save yourself time, and it's not about the technology anyway. People that think, oh, just use this tool and that tool and this tool and that, those are like fastballs. You know what I mean? That doesn't show your heart or your soul or who you are or, why you are the right person to help people.
Well, what I think I'll do is I'll ask ChatGPT. I say, hey, ChatGPT, do you remember all of my posts or all of my prompts? And just see what he or she said. See what
I
it.
know that I've been doing it so long and so often that I get historical stuff when I ask Chat GPT a question, and I saw it today actually. It went back and brought up things that I had put in the past
Okay,
and incorporated those. So it
that
actually
is
even
my
helped
question.
me
Yeah.
remember things because I remember in my ad agency when I had a, you know, round table of staff sitting around me giving me advice, they would bring up things that I had said before. Why don't we incorporate this or why don't we incorporate that? Well, now being a solopreneur, I don't really have that. So now when I can use ChatGPT and other bots to give me feedback, that's like having a staff without the cost or the overhead. So, I don't have to charge people the way I used to have to charge them for, supporting the overhead of having a full staff. And yet I get the feedback and I still have my free will, like a CEO. He takes input from his staff and then he decides himself, with his free will, what does he reject or consume and accept and use?
So when you say you use other bots for feedback, which one or two, or which one do you like aside from ChatGPT? Which other
Yeah,
one do you like?
there's three of them, three additional ones, and they are Perplexity AI, Claude AI, and Copilot. Now, the other one that's just come up, Ron, too, and I had Chat GPT create a book cover, an ebook cover for me. So I put in my requests, which I showed earlier in the video, and then I did what I didn't show at the end. In fact, I can bring it up. Is let me see where it is. Here it is. Okay. Now it's kind of funny, but I'll share this with you. Okay. So at the end, so here's what I did. This is Chat GPT. And so what I did is this, I prompted in and I just ranted. Look at this rant. I just ranted in my prompt, right? And then I said, okay, Chat GPT, now organize it and help me present it because I want to check in and reach out, right? Check in and follow up about checking in and following up.
Right.
So then here's what happened. It laid out this great outline, which I then used in Gamma to create the story and the outline and the presentation. And then with the story, I created the video. And then I said at the end, give me a summary of why it matters. And then I said, now create a book cover. And this is all in Chat GPT of checking in. Now, this book cover is flawed, but it's not bad. And I can put it into Keynote and fine tune it and fix it. And kind of now you could ask it for another one, another one, another one. My experience is that's not a great idea. It doesn't really get better. You have to take it and put it into, Keynote or PowerPoint or something. You can clean it up and change it, but it's a good start. So all of that came from Chat GPT.
Okay, that's awesome. One of the things too, as a side note, I was creating this message and I said, okay, chat GPT, uh, here's what, I created the outline for a message. I said, I want you to review this message, give me suggestions, and also create it so it appeals to all the four bank behavior styles. And so it went out and it knows about bank,
Right.
the blueprint, action, nurturing, and knowledge. And it said, okay, well, it would be like a couple sentences or maybe even one sentence for each of those behavior styles. So whoever reads it, it will resonate with their style almost on a subconscious level. So I said, oh my gosh, this is like having, a super consultant at zero cost.
Okay, now let's point this out. Okay, that what we are here to do is to share strategies. Okay, and so Ron has just shared a strategy that is brilliant. Okay, and that's what we do. So to go ping pong back to you, Ron, what then I do after for example, too, after I create my Gamma presentation and record screen capture it so it's a YouTube video, then I go back into Chat GPT and I say, okay, now give me a YouTube video description using all of the best keywords and phrases and tags to describe the video, and then ask them to click on etvglobalmedia.com to super share with me to make it interactive what you want to know about business networking AI and about AI and about Chat GPT. And then I can super serve you when you super share with me how best to get the most out of it. So that's the other way that I don't go all over looking keywords and everything else. And some people send you off to these different websites and everything, but you can do it all right in Chat GPT, to make the best use of your time. So uh, there's so many ways, and all of this comes down to remember them, those five words: checking in and following up, and how to check in and follow up with Chat GPT, and then how to take that and check in and follow up with human beings.
I was thinking of, I could check in and follow up with myself. There's something I do in journaling twice a day. One is at the end of the day, I'll say what went well, what can I do better, and I'll just journal it for myself. So I'll check in with myself in the morning. Hey, how can I make today a great day? And then write down my own response. So I just thought of that. Check in and follow up with myself.
I do that in I do it in my meditations. I check in and follow up in my meditations with the universe and find out what is the universe telling me, you know, because that's the reality check. You know what I mean? And okay, if this is not happening, it I that's what the universe is telling me. This is not happening. So you need to find a different way of doing it or explaining it or whatever. You do it with journaling. Good idea. Okay. They're both good ideas.
with
Now, that's
meditation
why I
too.
created the 5-day work week so that you could take what you think about over the weekend while you're doing other things. Well, when I hit the ground Monday for my business, these are things I thought about. That's when to check in with Chat GPT, the things that you wrote down from your journal, your notes. I use my voice memos on my phone. And then I check in with Chat GPT and go, okay, it's Monday. Tell me what I should do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, step by
Oh,
step.
I like that.
Tell me what I should do today, to get the ball rolling. And for me today, it's reaching out to Alkan Balkaya of Mail Softly because I know how to do directory response. Anybody can do it. Just search any business directory in your town. Search your Cupertino Chamber of Commerce and use that business directory. Hey, do you like networking? I see you're on the chamber directory. Let me invite you to learn more about business networking AI,
That
and so
makes
that you
that
can
makes a lot of sense.
and it you check in with your friends and family. Why not check in with business networkers? They're going to have to learn it in their life to protect themselves from AI scams. They're going to have to learn AI education and media marketing literacy for defensive purposes. Well, why not use it for the offense of your business to, go after to get more business? You're going to have to learn it one way or the other. So you're doing them a big favor.
Well, I like that idea of, let's say, getting the list from, let's say, whatever Chamber of Commerce that's having an event, and it could, well, let's say locally. And then as a first email, let's say, you're a business owner, I've never met you. I'd say, hey, Mike Hayes, we don't know each other, but I see you're in the chamber. Are you going to this coming event? Right? And it's a very soft uh, email message. And they might say, well, who is this guy? And I might say, hey, are you going to the event? I'll be there. If you're going, let's meet. Right? And
That's,
it's
that's absolutely a solid, Ron. You're absolutely right. I already knew about my chamber event, but what you just said is absolutely true. So let me point that out to people and for you and me too. Go onto your local chamber of commerce, go to the events page, find out when the next networking event is. If you're not a member of the chamber, you can still go. You might have to pay $10, $15, $20. You can
right,
still
right.
go. So then, and look at, I mean, the chamber, like my chamber, is 700 members. So by finding that one event that they have, maybe the Cupertino chamber, then you're absolutely right. Then you reach out. Hey, are you going to the event on whenever their event is? And reach out in advance
Right, right.
and let's connect. Or how would you like to learn business networking AI riches to get more out of that event that the chamber is putting on,
Oh, okay. That's good. That's a good point.
right? So it's kind of an irresistible offer. It's just a matter of doing it or not doing it. And if you do it, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get feedback, positive or negative, it doesn't matter, but it's action and it's feedback. And then you take that feedback, good or bad, you go to check in with Chat GPT and go, well, this is the feedback I got. How could I get better feedback or get a better result? And you keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it like riding a horse, just
Oh,
on
yeah.
and on and on and on. And then it's totally up to you. It's all in your hands. And that's what I like, to not wait for somebody and go to their networking event or do this or do that. I like to do asynchronous networking where it's in my hands and I can check in and reach out and follow up. I have control of that.
Well, I think too, let's say I sent out that specific, in fact, what I'll do is, create a script and then ask ChatGPT, hey, how can I improve this? And then let's say I sent it out to 100 people and maybe, 10 of them show up. But then as a checking in and following up, I'll send the email to the people that I did meet. And the ones that I didn't meet, I'll say, hey, I didn't see you at the chamber. Here's what I learned at the chamber that might help you with your business. So it's
That's what it's all about, Ron.
being of service, right? So it's not pitching anything. And they're just saying, well, who is this guy, Ron Horry? So it's not delete, unsubscribe, immediately, things like that. But that's a
It's
brilliant
super
concept.
serving.
It is. It is.
You know,
And
the other thing you can do is you can take, now I have voice memos on my phone. So I could actually go to the event, record my own voice memos of what was talked about, how many people showed up, why, you might have gone to the next event, how to promote the chamber. They appreciate it. And telling love stories, AI love stories. This is why I love the Chamber of Commerce, or this is why I love going, even if you're not a member, this is why I love going to the Chamber of Commerce meeting. Put it in a positive spin. Everybody wins. That's what nearly perfect networking is, where it's a win-win-win-win situation,
absolutely.
you know.
Absolutely.
And then you're always in a positive mode and you're always moving forward and you're not waiting, or you're not waiting for a response. You're just putting out the next one and being
I think too,
proactive.
like you say, I'm in charge of how quickly I want to expand, and here are the tools. I don't have to say, oh my gosh, I'm not getting any leads, woe is me, what do I do? But with all this AI intelligence, it's kind of an oxymoron or repetitive. But still, just the whole concept, because I was crafting this message I was going to send out to this specific industry, and I went through about 5 iterations of this with ChatGPT. I said, here's my target audience, here's the message. How can I improve it? So it came back, and then of course it asked, would you like to learn more about this, that, or the other? I said, oh yeah, how can you include comments about the bank profile? And so it came back with that. And I said, oh, okay, I want now add this. We're not looking for any investment. And so it put that in up front, right? And so it was, I mean, it probably spent about 20 or 30 minutes, but just that exchange really opened my eyes to the brilliance and the intelligence of what was coming back to me. It was like having like Jay Abraham, the number one marketing expert in the world, sitting next to me, and I didn't have to pay him $50,000 to get feedback. So it was an amazing session.
It is. And this takes out the worry of, oh, it's all going to be robotic and everything is going to look the same. No, with this approach, that's not the case at all. It's all about the humanity. That is the focus. You use AI in the right way, not the wrong way. If you just go, oh, here's a tool and I can just create this garbagey thing and throw it out there so fast, but it's garbage. It's garbage out, and garbage back in. You're not going to get anything. You got to keep your humanity. That's why I created AI love stories, to talk about, to put the heart into and the humanity into business networking. But having the confidence of faith and trust in the genius of AI to be able to communicate the human story. And to me, that's what it's all about. Is you and I are longtime friends. We're both humans, and this is going to become very, very important in the future to be able to have referrals and testimonials. So,
Well, I think you're exactly right because some people are just thinking that they can just use AI, create a course, put it up there, and then the money's going to start rolling in. But it's once even creating courses, how do you promote the course? It could be
right.
one of 10,000 courses. So this one person I was talking to, they're struggling. I said, well, how are you generating leads? And they say, well, I had this photo and here's a link and here's my course and whatever. And that's it. And I said, hey, they just don't understand the idea of repetition and top of mind, right? In the right way, not promoting, but educating, right? And
Did you
informing.
find your Patch Media Cupertino
Oh
at?
yeah, I sent you a text.
Oh, a text. Okay, let me pull it up. Oh yeah, here it is.
Well, and just a side story, quick note. What I've done was I was on this online networking yesterday, and I had this brainstorm. And one person said, "Oh, why are those people raising their hands in the background?" So this is what I did very quickly. I did this. I said, "This is a 7 a.m. workout Sunday morning in Chicago at one of our conferences." So we had a workout. The gentleman in the blue shirt, that's the president of our company. He was a quarterback at Brown University and was a football coach. So we live what we teach about being healthy. And on that, and we had these breakout rooms, but I got three business people who reached out to me and sent me their calendar. And I probably got another six or eight connection requests on LinkedIn. So I said, oh my gosh, just that quick story, about this Sunday morning workout got people's attention. And then I said, okay, here's, we talk about health, wealth, and lifestyle. But I'm going to start doing that more and more because a lot of people they have this background and it has their company logo and it's totally boring. Anyway,
But I think, to bring that up proactively and say, I often get asked, why do people have their hands up? So I'm asked that. So let me show you and then do that little demonstration
oh,
presentation
that's a
stuff.
great tip. I love that.
Yeah. So now look at this, guys. Okay. If you're watching this, now this is not my town. This is Patch Media. And let me give you a tip about getting free publicity and free advertising. And one of the big reasons that Ron and I are doing this. So this is Patch Media. Now, in my town, Patch has about 20 million subscribers nationwide. In my town, about over 20,000. Okay. Hyper local news about news in my community. This is news about Cupertino, local news, events, businesses. All you need to do is go to patch.com to get free publicity and free advertising. Now, I'm going to let Ron explain how he posted this free publicity and free advertising, complete with a video, into his Cupertino. So mine is La Marinda patch because it's hyper local news. As you can see, this is Ron's. This is Cupertino. So Ron, tell us a little bit about how you got this free publicity and free advertising in Patch Media.
Well, thanks for asking, Mike. And I, give you all the credit for finding Patch and explaining how to use Patch at zero cost to create visibility and a presence online in local, hyper local communities. So, you're in La Marinda, but at the top, people can see that my local community is Cupertino. So the only thing I did was I went to your ad or your event in La Marinda, and I just created my event in Cupertino, and I just copy and pasted everything that you already posted. and it's totally free. And so, like you're saying, people can create a patch community, join a patch community, or well, not join, but focus on a local community. And it doesn't even have to be local. And then it's totally free to post events, also to post classified ads at no cost. And then, so it's genius. So thank you, Mike, for showing me how to just copy and paste your content, which you're brilliant at doing and creating content, and just pasting that into my Cupertino patch.
Okay, now let's review checking in and following up with ChatGPT. So one of the brilliant things about this patch ad is Ron can now edit this ad. So he has full edit capabilities. Once he's pasted it. But now, and we can change the date to, next Friday. Exact. And once he's pasted it, now he can go to ChatGPT, and right here, he can post in more about his personal branding, about FinFit Life, even drag in your photo, Ron, even the photo right from this Zoom meeting, right into that ad. So
Oh,
it's HTML, so it's you can add multimedia, pictures, graphics, video. It's amazing. And so And then when we're sharing these stories and these meetings on Friday, then we can talk about Ron and his passion and what he loves about FinFit Life and that little story that he just told. And all of that can be right in here in Cupertino. And now let's take a look in La Marinda. And now let's take a look in Benicia. Stephanie is golfing in Arizona. She's our favorite realtor in Benicia, California. And so see, we've got Stephanie's name, here's Ron's name, but we could, if I had Stephanie's ad, we could be sharing that, talking about Stephanie Maroney. And if you want to learn about waterfront housing in Benicia, California, Stephanie is your go-to person. So this is how we can promote and share even when somebody is not even here. So this is why I call it nearly perfect networking, because there's just so much we can do to fine tune it. So to me, we got the system down. I've got the workload down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can do a little or you can do a lot. Everybody's different. But that's the overview, Ron. So I think we're pretty good for what we've accomplished today. And I will be posting this video on YouTube. I will be promoting this video on Patch Media, and I will be promoting it by following up and reaching out on business directories. And I will be following up with Mail Softly. So we've got the whole everything we need to succeed. It's just a matter of taking it and organizing it. It's already organized, and just doing it now and spreading the word.
well, one thing you reminded me with the check-in and follow-up, I need to check in and follow up daily on your content because sometimes, I'll wait 2 or 3 days and then, but just, like doing it in short segments, daily, right? Instead of waiting and spending an hour trying to soak it all in. So thank you for that reminder.
Well, and again, for Ron's passion and my passion, I like to give people content that they can take out for a walk. And as Ron has said, sitting is the new smoking. So, what we want to do is recruit people to put on their headsets, take this content out for a walk. If you like something you heard, then come back and click on the links below the YouTube video to find ETV Global Media, super share what you want to share with us, and then we can super serve you with the follow up. So, again, keep the conversation going with me and Ron and on Fridays and business networking and your chamber. And again, I believe in my cross group networking strategy to grow all groups. So if you are a Toastmaster group and you want to grow your group, you go to Chamber Mixers. It's all about cross-pollinating and bringing in new people because things are either growing or shrinking. They're never staying the same. So we want to grow all groups. So we hope you all connect with us and reach out. Ron, thanks for being here again, my friend, and co-hosting with me this video. And you always give me good ideas about the bank and kind of drawing from Chat GPT, but that's what I'm doing. I have full confidence by checking in, following up with Chat GPT every day, and then checking in and following up with what I get out with human beings. I will have it, the best of all worlds for nearly perfect networking.
Absolutely. So thank you again, Mike, and hope you have a great weekend.
You too. Thanks, Ron. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.